Good morning, everybody. And the thing I really want to ask is, where is Jahan Dotson? Yeah, so Jahan Dotson has really kind of fallen off the map in the last few games. Now, keep in mind, we have a plethora of receivers that Sam Howell can throw to, right? I think possibly, the idea was we have got to be able to get the ball to Terry McLaurin a little bit more, because Terry McLaurin is our number one receiver. We got to be able to make him happy, right? But at the same time, Jahan Dotson, we're all feeling like he is our 1B, right? I mean, he had a great season, his rookie season last year. Really expecting big things out of Dotson this year. And so far, I mean, he's just kind of, I don't know, in the last few games, he's just kind of went away. And, part of that could be where, we were playing from behind, or, just situational football where, you're just trying to get it to McLaurin. Obviously in this past game, there were a lot of passes to McLaurin, but there was the one pass attempt to Jahan Dotson, and that was it. And, I mean, is this all on Jahan Dotson, or is this on Sam Howell? Is this on the way that Eric Bieniemy is calling the packages? Because here's the thing. When you call the plays, there's packages. There's certain player packages, right? So not every single receiver is going to be involved in every single pass package. And so Jahan Dotson he's got some of his packages that he's a part of. Terry McLaurin has some packages. Those guys have packages in together. You got some packages designed for Curtis Samuel. You got some packages where you're going to have all four wides. You're going to have Diami Brown involved in some of that as well. But the thing is that you want to make sure you get all of your receivers involved. And, Sam Howell, I felt that in the beginning of the season, I felt that Sam Howell was doing a pretty good job of distributing the ball to all of his receivers. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a revisionist history theory. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and review some of those earlier games. By the way, my buddy John, in my last video, he's like, get rid of the ugly mug, go to the Redskins mug. Here you go. Redskins mug for you, buddy. So, and then of course, in this last game, it was heavy to Terry McLaurin. And I think, I think one reason is, Terry McLaurin is your number one receiver. And, you've got to be able to get the football to your playmakers. Terry McLaurin's your playmaker. But you got to be able to know that guys like Jahan Dotson are out there. And, yes, he's dropped some passes. All the guys have dropped a pass here and there. But, is it a sense of concern, I think, is what I'm wanting to know, should we have any type of concern? And you can let me know in the chat if you're watching this live. And if not, you can go back and put it in the comments in the recording. But, should we be concerned the fact that Jahan Dotson has kind of went away? He's kind of ghosted in a little bit. Because we're going to need guys like that. We're going to need contributions from all of our wide receivers down the stretch if we're going to make another one of those runs. It can't be all on Terry McLaurin because they're going to double team to triple team Terry McLaurin. We're going to have to get a lot of more production out of Jahan Dotson, Diami Brown, Curtis Samuel. All of those guys are going to have to contribute. And honestly, Eric Bieniemy is going to have to start getting his tight ends more involved as well. Logan Thomas, I've been pretty surprised. Logan Thomas has played well, since coming back from his injury. I know that first game was a little rusty, but once he knocked off the rust, he's played well. But why? I don't understand why Eric Bieniemy has not used Cole Turner more. What has happened with Cole Turner? I mean, I have not seen him, and the times that Cole Turner has been on the field, he's made plays, he's made catches. So why are we not getting Cole Turner more involved in the offense? Why are we not having more of the two tight end pass packages with Cole Turner, with Logan Thomas? You can develop some packages like that where it's more of a, I guess what I call, I don't know the proper name of the package, but it's more of a tight end heavy type of package where you still have the option to pass, but you can also run out of that package as well. And it's not an option package, but what I'm saying, it's like you got two tight ends who are pass receiving tight ends. Heck, you could have John Bates in there as the blocking tight end as well. So you could have your three tight ends substituting for your wide receivers and your running backs. And you could do that on those short yardage plays. Instead of always, spreading things out, instead of always putting Sam Howell in, this pistol formation, shotgun formation or whatever, and doing option type of runs and things like that. Honestly, that type of offense, I'm starting to see that it's starting to get played out a bit. I mean, and of course we're seeing it on every single team, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, even I am starting to pick up on this is going to be a handoff to the running back. And, sometimes it's like, whatever happened to having the quarterback line under center and go back and hand it off to the running back, or play action to the running back, pass to the receiver? I know that's old school, but I think it could still work. You do still have some teams that are doing that. So, I mean, again, I'm probably an old fuddy-duddy. I've been watching football ever since the early 1980s. So, I've seen the whole transition of how the game has been played. And, what happens is eventually, the shiny new invention of the offense is great, and then eventually people kind of catch up with it, and it's kind of played out, and then you got to start coming up with something else. But I've noticed it always goes back to the same philosophy. If you're going to win a championship, it always winds up going back to being well balanced, having a good running game, having, some good receivers, having a good quarterback who knows how to manage the game, having a good coach who knows how to manage the game as well. So those philosophies never go out of existence, and they never go out of fashion, right? So overall, I digressed so much out of, but since this is live, I guess I can kind of do that, right? But hey, folks, I mean, back to Jahan Dotson, yes, we have to pump our brakes and realize, okay, we're 6 games in. He's still got, 10 or 11 games to come back and be a strong player. But I am starting to get a little concerned. I'm going to start paying really close attention and seeing, is this play calling? Is this, is there something else going on behind the scenes? Is Jahan hurt? Is he injured? We're not knowing about it. What's going on? Is he starting to drop passes a lot more? Because, there were some passes he has dropped that, obviously should have caught. Like I said, that's going to happen from time to time, but still, he just does not seem like the guy that I felt like was going to be Terry McLaurin, 1B, right? Basically, you have Dotson on one side, you have McLaurin on the other. Take your pick, because they're both going to burn you. And you want to double both of those guys, that's fine. Then we're going to have Curtis Samuel to burn you. Up in the middle, we're going to have Diami Brown. That's going to somehow burn you as well. So take your pick. We've got too many weapons for you. That is the plan. Snickers thinks that's the plan as well. So, overall, folks, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. What's going on with Jahan Dotson? I mean, really, what is going on with Jahan Dotson? I don't know. So, finally, schedules. Let's talk about video schedules here. I'm going to try my best to make this more of a regular thing. Trying to put out a couple of live streams during the morning hours. Right now, for me, it's a little bit easier to do it in the morning hours. I'm going to try as well to do maybe a live stream with Brandon in the evenings, but I found that as long as I could get my lazy self out of bed and quickly get ready for work, and allow myself enough time to do a quick stream in the morning, and I realize that a lot of you guys are as well getting ready for work, so you can't really be as active, interacting and stuff like that. And I know you have a few that are watching the video, and you'll have more that will be watching the recording, and that's fine. But it's just, honestly, this is for me to get used to being a little bit more live. We're going to try to get a little bit better with schedules, like I said, because, it helps the YouTube algorithm. And right now the algorithm is so temperamental temperamental, I guess, that a lot of times, folks, I mean, like Brandon and I will have fantastic, just fantastic videos for you guys. And then they don't get sent out because the algorithm is just not, recommended them to folks. And it's like, what in the world is going on, folks? This was a great video. So I think being on a regular schedule, you folks just know when the maniacs are going to release videos, will help. And we'll do our best. Keep in mind, both Brandon and I are family guys, so things do come up and family does come first. So keep that in mind. This is not our regular jobs, and we are not really making hardly any money off of this at all. So this is kind of a hobby for us right now. So we'll be happy for this to be our regular jobs, because I would love nothing more than to talk Washington football with you guys all day long. That would be wonderful. I would do that in a heartbeat. But that would be up to all of the fans, YouTube, a lot of supporters to be able to make that happen. Anyway, it is about time for me to head out the door and go to my real techie job. So I am going to end this stream, but folks, I just want to, thank you guys for your support of this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when these videos come out. And please, let's talk about what's going on with Jahan Dotson. What is going on with him? All right, folks, we will see you in the next one. Brandon and I will be recording hopefully Thursday evening. We'll be going over previews of the Giants game. Yay. And you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to try to get that out probably later Thursday evening, hopefully. If not, it will be released sometime Friday morning. But we'll do our best to get it out as soon as possible. Anyway, folks, take care. I will see you in the next one.